Welcome back to 40 I Amped. Today I'm here with,
Malik Da Prince.
um, it's good to be here. It's a little chilly out here.
Yeah.
Um, Creatively, what about your surroundings? Um, this area, what does it do for you?
It's very peaceful. Like just being out here is really it's the only place where you can really get quiet because I live in a house with a bunch of people. So like when I come outside, it's just I be by myself. So when other people come around here, I like it literally halts the whole process. Like I just be waiting for people to leave. But like the quiet and the peace of it all is just it's stimulating kind of. So that's
Was there ever like an important thing that you did that stemmed from you just taking that time by yourself to kind of think?
I came up with the idea for my second album, Dreamer's Remorse, when I was like on a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? And I was just vibing out, and I was like, it's a lot like going on right now in my mind, and I was like, there's definitely a perfect way that I can encapsulate this, and I was just at that lake for the whole process of making that album almost like I was outside every day.
Dreamer's Remorse was kind of like that's like personal favorite of mine for a
Yeah.
while. Can you tell me like to me that felt like a turning point for you? Was it the same thing for you or
Yeah, I was going through a tough breakup at the time. I needed a place to like kind of put my energy. And I was like, well, like in the way it happened, I'm not gonna get too into it, but the way it happened just had me like imagining myself and trying to like look at what was wrong with myself, and like that's a sick cycle to be in. So I just kind of like documented that on the album and just put it out for the world to hear.
you know? And then it's been what? How long has it been since
I
you
want to
dropped
say
that?
2 years,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in a few months it'll be 2 years. That's crazy, actually. That's nuts.
So I think that was about what was that like 2022?
Yeah, 2022, the end of 2022.
Yeah. I think you've had like a your discography kind of stretches all the way down to like 2018. So
Yeah,
now have you seen like kind of like a development because we're now past Dreamer's Remorse. We're now in Dream Kid. And
yeah.
you dropped that.
We're
So
in the next era now, low
yeah.
key. Some new shit. But
um,
yeah, definitely a lot of growth as an artist. Like I developed a whole lot because when I first started in like 2018, it was shout out Quali, it was me, Quali, and some other niggas. Like he started the whole thing out. Like we were just like playing around, and then like I really like started to fall in love with hearing myself on the mic, and I just kept on working at it, and eventually it grew into something that I never imagined when I first started. But yeah, for sure, from 2018 to now, I'm a whole different artist. Like it's nowhere near the same.
um, some people think of rap like a craft or like some sort of process. How do you view it?
It's I view it as my passion. Like it's everything that like I've lived for in my life. Like, cause you have all these moments in life, and you just kind of like don't. Not everybody gets a like opportunity to like put it out there for people. Like it's kind of everybody has these special experiences. Like you could talk to somebody walking down the street, and they'll give you a whole spiel, and like that'll be the only time that they get to do that. Me, I get the opportunity that I can go in every day and talk about my life on this mic, and people go and listen to it because it sounds nice, but then they leave with something after the fact. I really fuck with that. So yeah, I call it a passion and like an outlet more than a craft, but it's a craft too. Everybody, it's an art form. People work at it every day. I work at it every day, so it's whatever you want to call it. But to me, it's definitely my outlet and my passion.
Yeah. Um. With rap being your outlet, right? How have you had to develop your voice?
I think I've developed my voice through the different things that I went through, because for every scenario, there's a different way to like express yourself and like kind of tell your story, or even just like make it sound good. It's just I don't know how exactly I did. It kind of just happened naturally. Kind of like as I just kept rapping, I just picked up more things and learned how to express myself differently.
That's good. That's important. Um. So when it comes to those times that you can't always create, how does that affect you?
When it first started happening, like when I first like started hitting like writer's block and like not being able to do it, it was like I used to think it was the worst thing ever because when I first started, I had so much. Like I just had so much to give. So it was like every day I had something, and then when I finally ran out for a little bit, I was like, bro, like it was like I'd be overthinking a lot. So I was like, it was worst case scenario. I was like, bro, I'm fucking done. I don't got shit else. It's like it's over. And then like I just wait a week, and then or I'll just like force myself to get in the studio. That's what I used to do. I got to get back to doing that. I used to force myself to just make something, and then it would come out good, and then I catch fire again, and then the cycle has been repeating itself for like 4 years. Like writer's block is ass. I can't stand it.
So if that is maybe the worst part of your process, right? What do you think is like your favorite part?
My favorite part is like like I said, like the getting hot part, like where I can just go like when it happens every time when I have writer's block, and then I get out of it, it's like 5 back-to-back songs just like, and it feels like they're all my best shit so far. So that's the best. So like now when I get that writer's block, it's not so bad because I know something is coming when I get up out of it, because I've been through it more than enough times to kind of like understand it and be mature about it.
That's valid. I think it's important to like see past that threshold sometimes for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught up in it, then you're just gonna be stuck in it forever.
We kind of loosely went over like your timeline
Mm-hmm.
until now. Do you have like any thoughts about like? Do you ever worry about like where your music will take you?
I worry about that all the time. It's like number one, like, but like, it's like you can worry about it, but me personally, I've had this realization like literally a few weeks ago. I can't be worried about it and then not be putting in all the work that I need to do to get to where I'm at. So I was like, yeah, I'm worried about my position, but I'm also not working hard enough. So it's like a balance between like not being sure of it and not doing enough, and it's just like, well, if you want to be sure of it, maybe you should do a little more. And so I'm getting into that now, like more promo, more all of that, like just to be the full package as an artist, not just a rapper.
When it comes to like breaking out of your comfort zone, is there anything you like did recently that kind of?
Bruh, performing at Oasis, the songs that I chose, like I had, because it was a whole different vibe. I had to like I had to just switch it up, and that was definitely way out of my comfort zone. It went all right. I still think it could have went better, but I had to do that to kind of figure out how I'm gonna do it better next time. So it was cool.
Has performing been something that you've kind of thought about when you're making music?
Yeah, when I first started, it didn't come to me, but like once I started like really getting into the groove of making music consistently, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to perform. And then my first time doing it was a breeze. It was very easy. Like I didn't feel nervous at all, honestly. The Oasis was the first time I felt nervous because I was doing something that like I was doing different type of songs that were harder to do. So that was the first time I really was like nervous about performing or anything. I feel like it comes naturally for me.
If you had to like categorize, like where do you think your sound has traveled to, and where has it went?
It's went everywhere. I rap on anything. Like I don't know, it's just whatever's speaking to me at the moment. Like I can't say I have a specific. I really like Detroit beats. Like I love rapping on that because it's just fun. Like you could just talk your shit and just be done with it. Like it's mad easy. Yeah, that flex music, man. That money music. Shout out Bees. Yeah.
Who's your favorite collaborator?
It's like, bro, that's like picking a favorite child, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even do that because they're all so tough. Novian it's like you get different things from different people. Like if for MIABs, I send him a song and I know he's just gonna talk his shit and it's gonna be hard as fuck. It's gonna have bars, all of that. Novian Wright, he's like, when I do a song with him, I know he's gonna like understand like the message of my song and fit right in. Like the 2 songs we had, Came So Far and Broken Souls, he listened to the song and got it instantly and like just fit the vibe perfect, fit the message and everything. And he's probably like the most talented person I've worked with so far. Like he's tough as shit. But that doesn't take away from anybody else. Bees is hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck. And I just did a song with Juzzy Lauren. Did I say it right? Juzzy Lauren?
Juzzy Lauren.
Juzzy Lauren, you know what I'm saying? Sorry if I fucked your shit up, but I definitely want to work with him more, because that shit was just, it was smooth as fuck. As soon as I sent him the song, when I got it back out, no complaints at all. It was great.
Speaking creatively, since we love to do that over here, to me, there was like a real highlight moment in your music. It was this one song. It was called Honestly. Can you tell me about the inception of that one?
So, I don't remember how it came about, but I knew it was something that I had been wanting to do, like, because I listened to a lot of like Common and like Kendrick and Cole, and they just like do this storytelling, like, and it's just seamless. And I was like, I always felt like I was missing that for a long time. So when I was working on Dreamers Remorse, I was like, I want to have a song where I'm like either having a conversation or telling the story, and I kind of did both. So like the first verse, I think it's the first verse is me talking to myself before I started rapping. So it's like me like in high school, like just kind of like not quiet, but like just not with as much attention on me. And like then talking to my son, and then the next verse is me as a rapper, like the rebuttal, and like how like things have varied between both like personalities. Like here I want to be like more reserved, and like I don't want all the attention. I just want to go to school, go to college, do what I'm doing. And then the rapper side is like, well, we risked it all for this, and we not staying to it. Like, and it was like a perfect back and forth. It was seamless. I really liked making that song. Like, it was great experience.
Were there any other moments thematically throughout some of the music you made where you've like gone for something like that?
That was like the most like ambitious, like probably like subconsciously I did something like that, but that was the only one where I like really tried to get into that bag and like executed it perfectly. There's been a couple other songs like what's it called? It's called Feel. That song has similar like thematic type, like I'm going through something and it's being described. That's really it, honestly. I want to get more into it though. Like this next album that I want to work on, or I'm not working on anything right now, but the next album that I do, when I'm ready to do that, I want to get more into the storytelling, like throughout the album, like track 1 to track 14, continuous story.
Do you think that's always important?
Nah, I think that it's important to do like what makes you happy when it comes to music, because some people like will only do that storytelling shit because they heard that that's what you got to do as a rapper, and that's just not the case. You go in the stew to have fun and make music and get something that people can jump to, or not even that, just to express yourself. So like, yeah, it's important, but like you kind of just do what you want. We're in a different time for hip hop right now, where everybody's doing their own thing.
You have a problem with just being called a rapper?
Nah, I'm a rapper. I rap. That's what I do. Like of course I'm an artist and I want to be considered an artist, but then I have to do more artist shit. I got a bunch of rap songs out right now, so I think I'm capable of not being a rapper, just a rapper. I have plenty talent to do other things, but that'll come. I don't want to ever force it. Right now, rap is what's coming to me, so I want to just keep doing that.
With that, stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Do you feel any strain from the fact that you haven't recorded in person with them?
I didn't until just a week ago. You were there. I recorded or you weren't there. Damn. But I just like not too long ago I recorded like in person for the first time, and I realized like the way like chemistry, like the way I could like interact with those people that I've collaborated with, like would just expand it. So like it would, that's not the word. Hold up. Ask me again. I got it. Oh, that's a spider web. He fucking it up. Oh.
He is. He's about to make a fucking
home
among these cameras. Yeah. Reaching back into the conversation about your collaborators, have you felt any strain from the fact that you haven't been able to record with them in person?
I hadn't felt any until I had recorded for the first time, like in person with the live engineer the other day, and I realized that like some of the like creative juices that you can get to flowing is like so much. It's so much better when you're in person with them because you can like pinpoint here and there like what things you think they should do better or what you think they should do with that verse. It's just easier. Like when somebody's sending you a verse, like they did all the work already and they send it to you, and you're like, well, I don't want to tell them to go back and fix this little part right here or do this. So you kind of are just stuck with it and you just move on from it. And I'm not unhappy with any of the verses I've got from people, to be honest. I really think that everybody has done more than what they needed to do on each song. So, but to your point, it could be much better with that in person type vibe.
So, what I heard from that too is that you just recorded with your engineer in person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, have there been other kind of milestones that you kind of feel like you achieved
Besides, like,
creatively?
Getting my last album done was definitely a milestone to me because I really wanted to get something else out, and I wanted it to be like, I didn't want to just force it out. Like I was hungry to get another project out, and like at first I wasn't sure if I could do it, and I was like, I promised myself at the beginning that I wasn't gonna force anything out. Like if there wasn't a project to be put out, I just was just gonna chill out and just put out a bunch of singles. But then it all started coming together, and that was like the biggest milestone. Cause after Dreamer's Remorse, I didn't know where I was going after that. Cause like that was a pretty big deal for me. Like the jump that I made from my last project to Dreamer's Remorse is like, if you go and listen, it's a whole another like. I'm talking about more stuff. I'm like more. My flows are better. I'm just a better artist in general from that point. So like, it was hard like trying to make that leap, like because you always want to improve and keep getting better, but something like, how do you measure that sometimes? Once you make a really good project, because like Dreamers Remorse, I had something to talk about. Like Dream Kid, I had something to talk about, but like there was Dreamers Remorse, it was really heavy on my heart, so it was like it just came easily. And then the last one, like it was rough, so I was like the creative process of it was rough. So getting it out was definitely a big accomplishment for me.
And speaking to that creative process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider yourself kind of like a director?
Yeah, for sure. In senses, in like in some so yeah,
You can fuck up, bro. You can fuck up.
Yeah.
You keep it pushing. Keep pushing. What
Okay, but yeah. So like in a sense, I think so. Like I'm a director of my image that I want to put out when I'm making my music, and especially like now that we like started doing visual stuff, like it's really come out in me. Like I can see like I think I have a future in that maybe, cause like I can see like the way exactly how I want stuff to play out. Like as soon as I get like a set or a landscape, I can go here, here, and here and figure out exactly what I want, and it happens very quickly. So I definitely would consider myself a director in the making for sure.
So I think what's such an important part about that is like having that mental image that you speak of before you create. Could you tell me more about that? Could you reach into that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think that like I've always been able to like picture what I wanted before I created it. So like there's never been like obviously there's times where you go into creating something and you're just blank minded and you just go. But like when there was times that I feel like I needed to like create this image, like for all the promo videos that we did for Dream Kid, I had an idea for almost every song. And it was just like it was very like it just came so easy to me, and I just went and did it, honestly. And I think it's important to have that ability because it helps you better get your message across, because if you just go into it just if you just go in like just raw and with no like ideas or nothing, like it's not gonna be received well necessarily. But it's weird because like even when like I like also going into it without my own image sometimes, because it leaves it up to the perception of other people, and people create their own things from it. Like for like the Honestly song, I was talking to my friend Kevin, and like the way that I had it set up, it was me as a rapper talking to me as my normal self, and he took it a whole different way. He was like, it's like him talking to a girl, and it's like it's cool watching how other people's minds like interpret the way you do certain things. So sometimes if you just go into it with and you just put it out without that set image, like the world does its own thing and they just kind of like make it something that you never could have imagined.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing too. Like just that putting out that raw stuff and speaking to people interpreting your work. Has there been any other times where you found that like people kind of took your work and almost breathed more life into it with their perception?
Yeah, I feel like it happens all the time. I haven't like not everybody like comes to me with it, but like my parents, my family, like my dad, my dad listens to my music and he's just like every song I make, he just imagines himself. He's like, yeah, I was there, like that was me when I was your age. So it's like that's my favorite thing about sending my dad music. Like he's always like can relate to what I'm talking about because we're really similar, honestly. So yeah, he all the time he breathes life into the image every time.
Is there anything that you want to say to somebody who wants to do what you do?
Bro, you just have to do it. Like you can't if you're gonna do it, don't half-ass it because it's not. I've half-assed it before, and it's never gonna come out the way you want it to. And you got to be ready for. Not everybody's just gonna love it off the rip. You got to be able to push through the hate because you're not. Especially if you've never rapped before and you're just starting out, like you're a kid in high school. Niggas are about to hate. It's going to happen. And you just gotta push through it. You either get better or you cry about it. Like it's no other way to put it, honestly. If I didn't have the people around me telling me that my shit was ass in high school, I would not be where I'm at today at all. Like not even a little bit. So yeah, just be ready for whatever comes your way when you do something like this, cause it's gonna come.
Before we wrap it up, kind of while you were talking, it kind of just made me kind of almost reach into like things I've just seen around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like when it comes to like maybe your support system or like your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is something that they've told you that's lived with you when you think about your art?
Anybody that's ever told me that they believed in me, like that's really it. Like that I feel like that belief, like you can hear him. I say it all the time. Like I talk about how people have faith in me and how my homies gonna bet on me and all that. Like people like my mom, you guys, Judson. Judson been rocking with me since he figured out I rapped, and he's been rocking with me like shouting me out every chance he gets. That's my dog, man. And he's like always told me like he had faith in me, like that I could really do it, and that's honestly the only thing I've ever needed to hear from somebody is that they see the vision that I see. Because it makes me feel like I'm not crazy, you know? Because like sometimes when you start giving too much to the dream, or not too much to the dream, but you start like feeding into your own dreams, you start thinking, oh, maybe this is just, like I'm just losing it, like this is not realistic. But when you hear it come from other people that they believe in you too, it's just like, man, like it breathes a whole nother life into you. Like it's like a 1-up off the Mario, you know what I'm saying? The little mushroom.
I wish I had an air horn for that. You was dropping gems, bro. I think today, I think that was enough. I think we can wrap it here.
Hell yeah. Big 40i, you know what I'm saying?
Let me get one.
Big 20. Oh, hold on.
Damn, that's Soul Brother.
Oh!
Yeah!
Nigga.